amazed that you made it through the night.
Oh, yeah. It, when you look, when you wake up the next day and you see all this devastation, and you're just only hearing, of other parts of the island because we have no electricity, no internet. Phones are, not being charged. We have to go to our vehicles to, charge our phones. And, we still have all power lines in our driveway, on the road, um, and it's everybody for its own right now, basically.
I mean, so listen, you survived Irma. Now
I
Jose is
know.
on its way. What are you going
Yes.
to do?
Well, my, I can have a place I can go to that, a good friend down the hill that he had to rebuild 3 times through the last 30 years. So he rebuilt a house. He's out in L.A., so he has a generator, everything. His house was not hit. So hopefully if this next one comes through Jose, it won't be as bad. My neighbors are trying to fly out on Saturday to Chicago, and we're just not sure if they're going to be able to get out or not due to this next storm coming in. So we're just hoping and praying that, we're safe. We had 2 small babies here hunkered down. So that was the main thing, that they're safe.
Well,
But we
Connie,
just really need, we really need some help. We've had no one here, no first responders, no one. We have just like people that live here are going up and down the road and trying to help each other with machetes because you have to, power lines are everywhere. And you have to be so careful, with those. So hopefully if they can come and move our power lines, we can at least maybe get out and see how far the road will take us.
but you can't go anywhere. You're stuck, and then another storm bearing down on you. My goodness.
That's correct.
Yeah.
We were able to get one shutter off on my neighbors, and the landlord came by and took one off just so we could breathe. Because during the storm, the pressure built up so much. I did not see the tornadoes. I just saw debris flying everywhere. But I heard that we had several tornadoes, with during the storm. So the pressure, and I'm just very blessed that I had a friend with me, because I really don't think I would be here today if with that hurricane door flying open.
Wow, goodness. Well, Connie, we're glad that you're safe. We hope that you get the help that you need, and hopefully by coming on and telling everyone that you need help, that you'll get some, and be safe, okay? Thank you so much.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I want to go
Bye-bye.
to, absolutely, I want to go now to Josephine Gums Connor, a lawyer from Anguilla. So, Josephine, what can you tell us about the situation on Anguilla?
Well, John, first of all, thank you for raising the profile and getting to the outside world what's happening to our various islands. In Anguilla, I think people are sleeping very, very uneasily this evening, given that the level of damage, I guess, like so many of the other islands that you're hearing about, is really catastrophic. In our case, Anguilla is 36 square miles. We're like 16 miles by 3 miles. And we have about 13,000 residents. We take great pride, I think, in our construction. And we generally, every year, our people are very sensitized, always in preparation, especially during the months of the hurricane season. And so we, I think, felt that we did all that we could do. I don't think there's any household in Anguilla that did not take this storm seriously. But at the end of the day, the National Hurricane Center did indicate that we were looking at 185 miles per hour winds sustained with gusting over to 225 miles. And I can tell you, the next morning when we got up, it really reflected exactly that. it was just simply a very harrowing experience on this occasion. And Anguillians have been tested. We had Hurricane Louis back in 1995, and it really caused some devastation in Anguilla. But this was the first occasion, I think, when that intensity of the storm, it was the first time that our family in particular really moved to a bathroom and, felt the need to stay there. We're in a fully concrete house, including the roof. And I can tell you, you could feel the shaking. You could hear the zinging noises outside of the wind, and particularly when it got up to the gusting aspect, you literally wondered whether you would come out on the other side and come out alive. It was that kind of terrifying experience, and that's coming from people who are seasoned, who experience hurricanes, as so many of our Caribbean island people have experienced.
Yeah. Can you believe, Josephine, there are still people who the storm hasn't reached them yet, and they're saying they're going to ride this thing out?
Very intense winds from hurricane.
Because we're island people, and the concept of evacuating an island has not been born. I think that one thing this Hurricane Irma has taught us is that there has to be a serious re-evaluation of how agencies are going to have to address the very serious storms in the future. I have been critical, and I think arguably so, because in Anguilla in particular, we are an overseas territory. The British government is responsible, and their agencies of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office and the Agency for Developmental Aid, they are responsible for management, disaster management. And I think that there has to be serious attention to how they are going to evaluate their processes in the future. I think they need to take a page out of the book of our friendly neighbors, Saint-Martin, where President Macron ensured that in advance of the storm, he had positioned military personnel so that as soon as the storm has passed, you are able to respond effectively to the needs of the people. Unfortunately, that has not happened in Anguilla, and so the agencies are playing catch-up to a very catastrophic situation, and I hope that this really now is a testing period for what happens in the future. But there is an uneasiness, Don, because, as you know, we are bracing ourselves for what might be a Category 3 hurricane in the form of Hurricane Jose.
It's coming right
when
behind.
you look at Anguilla and you see the vast amount of debris, we are looking at veritable projectiles in what will be the next storm.
Goodness.
And that is the frightening aspect, because even if you have prepared yourself, how does your property respond to, flying, galvanized, flying, and everything is loose.
Yeah,
everything is loose.
And everything is a weapon, and it can be dangerous, especially with those winds. Josephine, we hope that they hear you, and we hope that you get some help as well. And we appreciate you joining us. Please stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you for raising the profile on it. Thank you so much.
For ways that you can help those affected by Hurricane Irma, go to cnn.com/impact. And when we come back, more on our breaking news. New hurricane warnings issued for South Florida. Miami bracing for a direct hit of this monster hurricane, Irma.